And right here is where they plan on putting that medical marijuana dispensary. I'm on East Highland, just inside Jonesboro city limits. There's still a lot of traffic going on through here, and I know it doesn't look like much now, but everything is ready to be built. All they're waiting for is the paperwork. Yes, thank you, Sydney. I'm standing right outside the studio near the parking lot where it feels pretty great outside, especially on the blacktop on the sidewalk, the sun coming up. It's a little chilly. You might think about a light jacket if you're about to go to lunch, but other than that, it feels pretty good. Let's take a look at the current conditions today. Procrastinators, I am talking to you. If you haven't filed your taxes yet, you have until 11:59 tomorrow night. And if you still need more time, you can file for an extension. But there's a catch you need to know about. I'm here at the Northeast Arkansas Humane Society, and I'm here with my new pal, Nina. She is a Chihuahua mix, and she's been here for about a month, and she needs a new home for the holidays. She's sweet, she likes to play, but she's also content to just kind of sit here. And as you can see, she's very cute. Now, Hannah let me in on one of her house shoots today, and as you can see, her technique allows her to share a few laughs with her client, but mostly she keeps it professional, and those results speak for themselves.
For one group of people in Jonesboro, the last 20 years has been a time of healing from wounds that never seem to close.
Run and take cover. So, no time for questions. It was just run and take cover, and then, the mass carnage that we reached once we reached the gym, with one of our classmates sitting there with an arm wrapped, trying to control the bleeding, one of our teachers laying on the sidewalk. So
we all just kind of took off, helter-skelter, and right as soon as we got up to the gym, that's when I noticed a friend of mine just leaning up against the wall holding her arm.
That's when Myatt began to piece things together, and from there, an arduous healing process. And that's the truth right now for so many who have gone through the same thing. And the West Side survivors want to help with their healing process.
The journals is just kind of our way of sending them something, letting them know that they are recognized by other survivors.
We usually try to do something to let them know you're not alone in this. You have friends out there that you can reach out to.
Since 1998, the students that went through that in Jonesboro have always tried to figure out a way to help their fellow survivors. But for many, the Parkland shooting felt different.
I think hearing about this one was the hardest because it was so similar.
At Ferncliff, a camp in Little Rock, the West Side survivors learned to journal as a way to cope. Now, they're hoping they can do the same thing for the Parkland survivors.
When we got there, they gave us a starter backpack. It had a flashlight, a journal, a teddy bear, anything you'd imagine it had in there. And the journal, I think, is what came more important to any of us.
Jennifer Rostow, another West Side survivor, says the journals helped her too.
It gave me a place to say all these things and put all these things down without having somebody telling me, well, you need to get over it. It's been this long.
People can donate at several drop-off locations around Jonesboro by April 1st. Until then, Brandy Myatt has this to say to the Parkland survivors.
Take it day by day. Talk to someone if they possibly can.
Dicamba. It's a hot-button issue within the farming community.
This has probably been one of the most divisive issues among row crop farmers that I've seen.
Dicamba is an herbicide specifically designed to kill Roundup-resistant pigweed, but it's come with a lot of issues.
And so when this dicamba gene was introduced into the soybean plant and then dicamba beans hit the market, BASF and Monsanto kind of introduced what I'll call an updated version of dicamba, and with that it had drift control agents to blend it in with it to help control the drift.
The dicamba herbicide has been drifting onto fields not protected by the dicamba GMO seed, but that's not the only issue with dicamba.
There's a whole lot of issues it's hard to pinpoint one particular issue with this when you talk about dicamba.
In spite of all of its problems, if used responsibly, dicamba is one of the most efficient and inexpensive ways to protect a farmer's fields. And Gibson was disappointed with the plant board's decision to end dicamba use by April 15th of this year.
By April 15th, I may still be planting corn and rice and not even have my soybean ground ready to plant.
Because of the big pros and cons on both sides of the issue, the dicamba issue has been a tough one to tackle, and Gibson doesn't think that the battle is over yet.
And it continues, and it'll probably continue into the growing season. I think there'll be, I don't think it's fully resolved yet.
Seth Cleveland, ASU TV News.
Two longtime friends and pharmacists have put in the paperwork to open up a medical marijuana facility in Jonesboro.
It brings more drugs to the arsenal for us to recommend to patients where other drug therapies have failed in traditional patients.
And right here is where they plan on putting that medical marijuana dispensary. I'm on East Highland, just inside Jonesboro city limits. There's still a lot of traffic going on through here, and I know it doesn't look like much now, but everything is ready to be built. All they're waiting for is the paperwork.
So pretty much you have to have everything done, ready to go, and if you do get the application, you're ready to build as soon as possible.
Operating under the name Health Central Arkansas, Sioux and Eddington have partnered with a company out of Illinois to help bring their dream to life.
We needed help, and I think they're a good team or a good company to help us succeed.
In addition to the dispensary here in Jonesboro, the team plans to also build a 26,000 square foot cultivation center in Brinkley, Arkansas. That's about an hour and a half south of Jonesboro. But Sue says they won't be seeing the cultivation center or the dispensary anytime soon.
It's going to be a little time, yeah.
Because, he says, there are so many applications.
In my region, there are 44 applications for the dispensaries, and there are 25 applications for cultivation in my zone.
Sue says there should be word about cultivation facilities around December, while word on dispensary applications won't come until spring. In a world where everybody has a camera, anybody can take a picture.
I've had a camera in my hand for as long as I can remember.
But not everybody knows exactly how to make art with those pictures. But that's exactly what Hannah Hall has been trying and succeeding at.
But I usually do 2 or 3 photo shoots a day, and then I spend 6 to 8 hours a day editing on Lightroom, and it's a lot of fun, honestly. Like, I really enjoy it.
She says things started small with an Instagram page and just grew from there.
Slowly, people started reaching out and asking if I did paid work, and I was like, okay, like, if people think I'm good enough to do this professionally, like, I should pursue it.
And Hannah has done it all.
It can definitely get crazy because I've done everything from, like, photographing eco-friendly water sealants to, models portfolio shoots to first birthday parties, and it's, and anything in between.
Now, Hannah let me in on one of her house shoots today, and as you can see, her technique allows her to share a few laughs with her client, but mostly she keeps it professional, and those results speak for themselves.
I have models that I did portfolio work a year ago for, and they're living in New York now. And then I've had people from Texas come in for me to do their senior photos. I've got a family coming in from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
And with a resume like that, one might think Hannah is a seasoned photography veteran. And she is. But here's the catch.
I'm 17.
But Hannah says in the photography community, people don't see her age. They see her art.
Them actually taking me seriously as a professional has made me take myself more seriously, I would say, in just like actually pushing myself to make something like greater than I am,
Having accomplished so much at such a young age, I asked Hannah what advice she might give to other young, aspiring photographers.
I would say just try a little bit of everything and figure out what you're passionate about and pursue that.
Having graduated early, Hannah's taking some time off to really work on her photography, but she plans on going to art school and becoming a director. Seth Cleveland, ASU TV News.